There are a lot of AI tools that you can use to develop a PowerPoint presentation. One of them is Gamma. I use Gamma app to develop this one, right? But I feel that it's not following the principles that I really wanted to follow in terms of creating a content that will be helping me to effectively communicate my content so that my audience will understand and also learn. So instead of you just going to Gamma to generate PowerPoint presentation, you have to really start with the design. An effective communication starts with well-designed PowerPoint. And I think that's what you have to think about. So when you're designing a PowerPoint or when you want to use AI to design a PowerPoint, first you have to really think about your content in terms of the topics that you want to really teach your audience and also the sequence. This is very important so that AI will not give you information that you will not be going to talk about. When you refuse to provide enough content, AI will make assumptions and generate some of the content for you where it may not correspond with what you really want to teach people in terms of the PowerPoint content. So it's very important to really start with planning. Planning what you want the content to be, and then the sequence. So let's start this process. Imagine that you have been asked to give an hour presentation about qualitative analysis or qualitative data coding. What are you going to do? Right. Yes, you can use Gamma to create the PowerPoint, but providing Gamma the rich information will help you to get a very good outcome in terms of the PowerPoint that will aid your presentation. So let's start with the topics. First, you have to brainstorm the topics, and that's what I'm doing now. The art of coding, I start with the coding, what coding is involved. And then after coding, I'm going to talk about categorizing code so that I'll be able to develop themes, right? And then I want to also talk about connecting themes and communicating findings. So these are the sequence. I'm going to talk about five things. So you see here that to make my audience remember what I really want them to learn, you see, I start with acronyms, right? C, coding, categorizing, connecting, and communicating, right? To come up with something that is very easy for them to understand, right? Now you have this information, right? You can get some ideas from AI tools before even you go to Gamma. So let's turn to Claude AI to help to have a conversation with Claude so that it may be providing us some information about what content we should provide to our audience. So this is an initial stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one and go to Claude. You can do the same thing with ChatGPT, but I like using Claude for my presentation. So I am in Claude now, right? Claude AI. And then I give the system some background information so that will be able to help you. So as you can see that I provided the system the topic, I've also given the audience and also provided the department and the length of the presentation and also the topics. After providing a list of all the topics, I asked the system, can you generate a content for this presentation? Listen what I can share under each of the topics. Do not create PowerPoint slides, but show me up to 3 points I should include in each slide. I provided that what needed should be included in each of the slide. So let's see what the system is going to give us. Okay, so you see that the system has provided me what I should be included in each of the slides. So for this topic, which is the art of coding, it has provided me 2 slides that I can include. And then the next one, it has included 3 slides. So now you have to review and make sure that that's the content that you want to talk about. You can always adjust all these things. And you can also let the system provide you some more information if you want. If you are not, you want some information to help you to make informed decisions. So it looks like this is what the system has provided to me. what I will do is I can download the file. So let me download the file and see how it looks like. So I'm asking the system to put a slide in a Word document so that I'll be able to download it and then send it to Gamma, right? Or making the necessary adjustment if I want to make. Okay, it has provided me all the information in the Word document. Now what I can do is I can download it. So let me download in the Word and then I can make the necessary adjustment if I don't want anything. So it looks like if everything is good for you, what you could do is you can easily copy that and then let me copy and then go to Gamma. So this is Gamma. I go to Gamma. I'm using a paid version, which is Gamma Plus, right? So that I'll be able to create the number of slides that I want. If you are using the free version, you have limited number of slides to create. Okay, so you see here, I click on create new, and then because I have the test, I click on paste in test, and then I paste my test here, right? And then if you are okay, you can remove the slide A, B, and other things, and you can say slide so that the system will know that these are divided based on slide, but I don't like the indicate ABC there. It can confuse the system. So I'm removing them. So when you are done, I want to choose preserve this exact text. I don't want the system to create anything that I don't want it to be in the content, right? So I'll choose the last option because I have already decided what the content and arrange it nicely. I don't want need any extra information. So I click on preserve this exact text. I click on continue to prompt editor. And then this is what you're going to see. Make sure that preserved is selected. And then you select the theme that you want. Maybe let's do the first theme. You can select the second theme if you want to get more. I think there's a way to explore more of the theme. You click on view more so that you see more options. But I'm okay with the first one, so I click on select theme, right? And also this one is showing the arrangement of the slide. Maybe you can also remove the word slide there so that it will not appear on each of the slides. So I'm removing them and I click on create. You can also add more if you want to show more slides. You can always click on add, um, add, right? So if you click on add card, the number increases here. Before we go on, I just want to share with you that I'm having a workshop on how to develop a very good and effective presentation slide. If you want to learn how to effectively create a slide that will help communicate what you really want to share, and you want to know all the necessary principles that you have to think about when developing a slide or when using any AI tool to help you develop a slide, then this workshop will be very good for you. If you want more information, check in my description section to get more information and also register. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Let's go ahead. You click on create and then the system will then go ahead and create the slide for you. So the same information, they have added some definitions, right? You always, if you don't like all these things, you can always remove it. But this is what the system will initially provide to you. If you don't want it to, you can always go back and recreate it or change the content. Okay, so it looks like it's done. So let's go through and see whether it's in line with what we want. So I can see that the first slide, I like the illustration here, a researcher trying to start a coding process. And then I also like the second one, the art of coding. Yes, I like the picture that is showing. You can always change the picture if you don't want to. You double click on it and then you can go here and reprompt it and then click on create and then it will give you um, another one if you don't want this one, right? Maybe I would say realistic. I just want to see what the system will come up with. So I click on that realistic artist painting on canvas and let's see what it will come up to replace the illustration that was originally there. So you can always change the pictures, you can remove the pictures, you can even download and then make an adjustment to the content, right? Yep. So they're giving me a different one. If you don't want it, you can always go back and replace it, right? So it can provided me the same topics, so I don't have to worry about the sequence. It's the same thing that I provided. What I don't want is the words, because if you have a lot of words in the slide, your audience will not going to listen to you a lot. They're going to focus on what is on the slides and start reading, and then they might not get all the information that you are telling them. So if I want to adjust, I may remove some of the words and turn them to phrases, right? After I've downloaded it. So this means that, AI is not perfect, right? You always have to know the principles of developing a quality slide so that you can evaluate and make the necessary adjustments. This is a long sentence. The participant or your audience will be reading as you are talking to them, and they may not pay attention, right? So these are the things that you may have to adjust when you download it. So when you are okay with what you have for now, what you're going to do is that you go to share, and then you can go to export and then download it. When you download it, you can always make an adjustment, right? But this is why my workshop is going to be good for you. The workshop will be focusing on learning the principles of a quality slide that will enhance your presentation, right? That will help your audience to learn. You'll be able to open the PowerPoint, and then you can make the necessary adjustment, right? So yes, I have them here. I can easily go through and take the things that I don't want from that, and then maybe replace it with something that I want, right? So this is how you can create your PowerPoint presentation, starting with the planning and the design, and then you're using Claude AI to help you to generate the content for each of the slides, and then taking that information to Gamma app to help generate your slides. So this is what I have for you. I hope this one was helpful. If you have any question, you can put in the comment section. I'll be happy to address them for you. Thank you for your time.